Any American Horror Story fans, particularly season 4 Freak Show. This is actor Matt Fraser. He played the character of Paul the Illustrated Seal. Illustrated because of the tattoos, and Seal because of his arms. This was not achieved by CGI. This is Paul in real life. Paul is what they call a thalidomide baby. His mother took a drug called thalidomide while she was pregnant with him. Thalidomide was introduced in 1953 as a tranquilizer marketed by German pharmaceutical company Chemie Grünenthal, established by Hermann Witt Sr., a Nazi Party member after World War II. Although it was first developed as a tranquilizer, it was later marketed and sold as a drug used for anxiety, trouble sleeping, and morning sickness. Wirtz was appointed by Heinrich Muckler, a chemist that escaped war crimes from doing experiments on prisoners at concentration camps, Nazi Germany. Martin Stemler, head of pathology, was a proponent of the Nazi Germany eugenics program. Hence, von Carter, chief medical officer, was the chief physician at Sachsenhausen concentration camp in Germany. Birth defects was first noticed in 1961, and it was taken off the market in Europe in 1961. 10,000 embryos were affected, as many as possibly 20,000 embryos. 40% of those did not make it to term or died shortly after birth. The defects that was caused primarily was a condition called phocomelia, which is a defect of the arms and the limbs that have a very characteristic flipper type effect. It affected the arms, the legs, as shown here. If other defects were eye defects, facial defects, ear defects, urinary defects, and heart defects. Thalidomide severity. This is a very common thalidomide picture. If you Google thalidomide over the internet, this is a very common picture that will pop up that shows the phocomelia of it looks like probably his legs. The severity of thalidomide was determined on what day of gestation the woman took it. On day 20 of pregnancy, it affected central brain damage. 21 was eye damage. Day 22 was ears and face. 24 was arm. And day 28 was leg. There was no damage after 42 days of gestation. There was no damage from thalidomide. This is little Ed. Isn't he cute? So a lot grew up, lived lives as normal as they could, but isn't he cute? This is Francis Oldman Kelsey, pharmacologist in the United States. The United States did not have the problem because of this lady. She was a pharmacologist with the FDA. She refused approval for the drug because she said more studies need to be done. She was under a lot of pressure for a long time from the drug company to push to have the drug approved in the United States, and she did not. 2.5 million tabs was delivered to 1,000 physicians in the United States for a clinical testing trial. Not all of those 20,000 tablets were given to pregnant women. They were given to other people for anxiety, trouble sleeping, but hundreds of those tablets went to pregnant women in the United States. 17 babies in the United States was born with thalidomide Birtifex. And we have this woman to thank that the problem in the United States was not more severe than what it was. She was winning JFK was giving her a presidential award for her good works. The thalidomide scandal has been shown over television. This is a Call the Midwife episode. If anyone's a Call the Midwife fan, where this little girl, she was born with the shorter arms and the flipper legs, but it has been represented many times over television. There have been documentaries, television shows. Thalidomide is still used today. It was approved in the United States in 1998 for the use to treat multiple myeloma and leprosy. It is listed on the World Health Organization's list as one of the most essential drugs. So, that's it. That is thalidomide in a nutshell. Thank you so much.